Hello, 2020 came along and life decided to hit you in the side of your head and you're out of a job now. So you're deciding to become a trucker. Here's a few things that you might want to take into consideration before joining the industry. I'm not saying that it's bad, but it does have some good and bad. So stay tuned. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, smash that like for the algorithm, because it sure helps to distribute the video to someone else that might need the help. So number one, all right, schooling. Now there's different type of schooling when you decide to become a trucker, right? You have a company and you have schools in general that would train you for a fee. So you got schools, they charge you between $2,000 to $4,000 depending on the school that you go to and the level of training in which you are looking for. So you got different levels of schooling, right? You either can choose a school from your surrounding town, or you can either go to one of the major carriers and they will train you, but with contract. So usually the contract for schools is about a year, and you have to be actually within and work with them for 1 year, and they would totally cover all the charges that will require you so you can become a trucker in 2020. So the downside to that, if you choose to go through actually a major carrier, and when I talk about major carriers, I'm talking about Swift, the company that I'm working with. You got CR England, KLM, Prime, and some of them have various stages of training and of costs. Okay, so number one, if you choose like a company like Prime, the training time is about 3 to 4 months, 6 depending on your level of skills and the level of ability you are, the level of ability that you have to learn the process and run. Okay, so I myself went through a state program which is called Career Center in New Jersey. I don't know if they are still running or not, but what they do is you don't need to be unemployed. I was unemployed. I applied for my city to get into the program. I was unemployed, and they have career choice program, which is a separate entity from the unemployment itself. I applied, and the maximum grant that they'll give you is $4,000 into a career field like trucking, or to advance your career in like HVAC system training, and they have about 200 to 300 different careers that you can choose from in order to choose those $4,000. Now, you cannot take that money with you. That means if you only use $3,000, doesn't mean you're gonna get $1,000 back. So you either use it, all the $4,000 for the school, or you only get as to how much you're using. So my schooling, it was $4,000. It was training. Like if you go to a major school, to be honest, it's just a memorizing job. You know, like it's a major memorizing job. Basically, you can go wrong, I guess. There's apps that you can go to, and they'll show you the answers depending on the state that you're living, and you'll be able to go through the app and learn through there. You can also go through and get the actual book from your state in which you reside and study it. So most companies for schooling are gonna go with, you need to get combination, air brakes, hazmat, tanker. Doubles and triples are not really required for most of the companies, unless you're going to a company like Expo, UPS, FedEx, but those type of companies that require doubles and triples, usually you need to have a little more experience than just brand new at high school. I'm sorry for the noise. I am in the yard, all right, and they're moving trailers around. Okay. Second is related to schooling, is training. Now my school gave me 200 hours of actually driving training, which is actually perfect for me. I had a lot of experience, and I basically just needed like tips and tricks as to backing. the most important things you're going to be doing in this industry is backing. Yeah, delivering the load on time is one of the major and most important things, and safely, that you need to achieve. That's what you need to achieve. That's basically it, to be honest. There's no other way around. You're going to have to learn how to back. Most backings are going to be 90-degree angles, straight backs, and you're going to do some blind side. That means that you're going to be driving backwards from your right side of the mirror, trying to adjust yourself in order to get to the dock that you want to dock into, you know. So Swift is about a month and a half of training, and the mentor should be teaching you how to back that truck properly into the dock and be able to achieve the goal of not killing someone or wrecking something. Okay. So Swift has a policy, I believe it's 50 straight backs, 50 90 degrees backing. Every school should be teaching you this. But the most important thing that I have to say, your school has to teach you how to back properly. In this industry, most of the backings that you're going to be doing are 90 degrees backing. There's some straight backs, and you know, I'll say for me it's been like 50-50 when it comes to 90 degrees and straight back. All right, which is wonderful, I guess, for me. You know, I don't have to deal with. But if you're going to if you're gonna go to sleep for the night on the lofts, TAs, flying J's, you most likely are going to be doing a 90-degree backing into those spots so you can go to sleep for the night. Another thing, training, most of these companies, they're going to send you over the road. All right, over the road. So that's basically part of the training. You're gonna have some on-road training. Now, some school will keep you locally. It depends on where you go, but Swift, Prime, CR England, all of those companies are gonna take you over the road, because most of the companies, they want people to go over the road. Local jobs in reality are set for people with more experience, basically. All right. Third, home time expectations. So you went through school, you're in training, and in training you're gonna notice this. You want to go home. Everybody wants to go home technically. And my suggestion, finish your training first before you go home. It's one of the best things that you can do. Get it out of the way, go home for a few days. Now, the true expectations of home time. If you want to make money in this industry, you're gonna have to be on the road. If you didn't get into a decent company, basically. So, like I said, Swift starts at 39 cents per mile. Prime, even though they have a lengthy training process, they will start you up around the 45, I believe 47 cents a mile, which is great. Now, when you're in school, you will have people that will come in to recruit you. Some of these companies require 6 months of experience, but due to the fact that you're training, getting schooling from a reputable school, not a major carrier, a school, they will come into the school, they will offer you jobs like CR England, no, well, I don't know about CR England, but I know Schneider came to my school. They were recruiting. You have local companies that do like tri-state work. For me, I'm from New Jersey, so there was like New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and it's like local delivery jobs. It's like delivering milk, food, and stuff like that, which they pay by the day. Usually, for companies like Land O'Lakes and Creamerland, I believe it's $240 per day if you have your CDLA class, and they will train you for about a week or so. They expect you to know how to drive a vehicle by then. So that's what I'm saying, that training in the school is the most important part. I got 200 hours of school, so I would have felt comfortable going into one of those jobs But unfortunately for me, I couldn't get into them because they're unionized. Okay, they're unionized, and I asked questions that was like, so what happened? I'm new coming in. I got my CWA. They do routes. So basically, in the slow season, most of the contracts of these companies, they are schools, colleges, and stuff like that, which everybody knows that during the summer and stuff like that, they're slow. So I asked the question, I was like, so what happens during the summer? You are unionized. That means that whoever's been there longest gets the job, right? I asked that question. Apparently, I don't think he liked it much because when I called in to apply for the job, I was blacked out, I think. I'm assuming that I was blacked out because I asked those questions, all right? So home time, like I was saying, is going to be one of those things that if you want to make money, you're going to have to stay out. That means you're going to miss your family. You're going to miss a lot of opportunities to spend with your family. Now, if you're single, my suggestion is, if you have a paid off car, don't go and get a new one. If you have a house, don't renew the lease. Put everything in storage. That's the best way that you're gonna make money. You literally are gonna be sleeping in the truck, spending most of the time in the truck. You can go to a terminal, drop that truck, rent an Uber, rent a car. Most of these companies, like major companies, they have discounts with like international and like 2 or 3 rental car companies that will give you like 30 to 50% off discount. For international, for Swift, you get 50%. All right, so that means you're gonna be spending about $25 to $30 a day to rent a car. You only have to fill it up and bring it back filled up, which is great if you're gonna be going for 1 or 2 days. Now, if you're just gonna be going around town, you know, in Uber should be fine, you know. So now, if you got kids and if you really want to be home a lot and you're trying to build a family, you're gonna have to make some sacrifice when it comes to time. That's the 100% truth. You want to make money out here, you can make money depending on the company that you choose, depending how you run, basically. So the way that it works for this industry is you got 4 clocks, all right? You got 8 hours of break, which that means what you sleep, technically it's 10. 11 hours that you can drive, 14 hours that you have to run 11 hours during the days, and you got 70 hours to choose for the whole to run the whole week. After you end up your time, you can do a reset, which includes 1 day and 10 hours, which is 34 hours to do a reset. You can use that time if you want to, wherever, in whichever part of the country that you are, and you can do whatever you want. If you have a family, I'll suggest going through one of those local companies if you want to work. You will still get your time of experience there because as long as you crossing state lines, it's considered over the road. Another thing, money. Number 4, money. You're new. You're not going to be making the same amount as everybody else on the road. You have heard through many drivers that you can come up and make tons of money. It's true. You can make money. But this money sometimes comes with a lot of sacrifice, not only for you, but for your family. Your time, your life. You're going to spend a lot of time out here. You're going to be taking care of a truck, trailer, basically. It's true. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it for you guys, okay? Now, once you start building your time, like for me, I started at 39 cents. I'm talking about my experience with Swift. I started at 39 cents. At 3 months, you get 1 cent raise. It's 40 cents a mile. After that, I believe you get a raise all through the years. Some companies offer a signing bonus, which I got. My first signing bonus for Swift was $1,000. It's $3,000 in total. The first $1,000, once you reach 10,000 miles, they'll pay you $250 per week. Once you hit $30,000, you get the second bonus, the second $1,000 straight to your paycheck once you hit 30,000 miles. And this third and final bonus of $1,000 you get when you hit 60,000 miles. After that, by that time, you should be making about 41 cents to 43 cents. Like I'm making 43 cents a mile. I'm bringing home around $9.50 to $8.50 to $9.50 a week, which is not bad, and that includes benefits as well. Okay, all my benefits: dental, medical, vision, life insurance, supplemental life insurance, medical insurance in case something happens and I can't afford it. That supplemental health insurance will help cover the rest. That's what it is. Now, when you hit 6 months, tons of opportunities are going to open for you. All right. My suggestion: don't start jumping to work to job and job and job. All right, job to job to job. Don't start jumping. My suggestion is stay for a company for at least a year. Most of these companies, you'll get that experience, and once you hit that year, tons of companies, even local companies that pay very well, will open their doors to you. At 2 years, you're gonna have great amount of money, to be honest, unless you go to a dedicated route, which most of these companies will get to you, will give it to you around the 3 months to 6 months of experience. You will be able to hit a dedicated account. Dedicated accounts pay between, if you're making like 43 cents in the road already by the time you're 6 months or so, dedicated accounts will pay around 54 cents a mile, 50 to 54 cents a mile, depending on how long you've been on the road. If you have 9 months, it falls in one category. If you have a year, it falls into a different category of pay. Me, 43 cents a mile. And that's with 9 months, 10 months now of experience. Now, money after that, don't get into leases unless you've done your research and you're able to cover your overhead, basically. All right. Some leases are bad, some leases are good, and that will be a whole nother video for you guys to listen to me blab about, to be honest. 5. Do I have a 5? I don't know. 5, I guess, is my rebuttal, to be honest. Here is good. I'm not talking about Swift in general. You'll miss a lot. You'll miss a lot of time with your family, and if you don't have kids, you'll miss that chance if you're not careful out here. The thing is that time eventually just runs together, and I mean literally, it will run together. You will be focusing so much on running and making those miles that eventually time will fly and everything will pass and you'll miss a lot. So my suggestion is, once you get enough experience, get a job that is able to get you home to spend with your family. Money is great, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, with 1 year of experience, well, less than a year, I was on my way of making about 45 to 50, about $50,000 with less than 1 year of experience. My goal for this year, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be hitting a little over the 60,000 mark, but that's just the way I run, you know. I stay out 2-3 months at a time. I barely go home. Sometimes I go home, but you know, you go home for 3 or 4 days, 5 days. Some companies will tell you if you're gonna stay home for more than 4 days, You have to turn the key in. That means you're gonna have to clean the truck up. Everything you have in the truck, you're gonna have to remove and turn the keys in. That's because they think you're gonna leave. So I think so. Or there's another driver around the area and they want to be able to give the truck to someone else. At the end of it, you're just a number for any company. That's the basic truth, to be honest. You're just a number for every company. Once you get to a dedicated route, you'll become more less than a number, but that's just because the numbers for those accounts are so small when it comes to drivers that you'll get to they'll get to know you more than being an over the road driver. I was lucky enough that my driver leader over the road, she's very sweet, and you get to know them. And if you want to, like, the first persons that she or he came into the account with, if you're one of those, they'll remember you for the rest of the time that you're there, and they'll know you by name, which is great, I'll say. It's good not to be a number. Is great. Yeah. In everything, in the whole perspective, it is good if you're willing to make sacrifices, even if you're just doing it for a little time, to make those sacrifices to get your family into a good place. Is worth it. Just don't let life pass you by in this industry, because it will. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, comment down below, and if I missed anything else in there, can you guys please put it in as an advice to the new drivers coming into the industry? I'm pretty sure that I probably forgot some things that I should have put in here, but it'll be nice if you put it down in the comments and help the other guys out. All right, I will answer any questions that you have regarding this job. Put your questions down below and I'll answer them, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.